Well, press day for Chase Sexton at Thunder Valley started off poorly. This is a huge crash, and you can tell not only speed, the distance that he was dropping out of the air, but also the way his body contorts like that. I mean, obviously, we saw something very similar to this with Eli Tomac the first round, and that's not a good position for your body to be in. All of the weight, all of the force is on his head and neck, and this just keeps getting worse for him, right? We've had the multiple crashes, I think, or at least a crash in every single moto so far. Multiple in the Moto 1 last weekend? And now this kind of a crash in a press day. Like, this isn't even for racing. This is just for people to take pictures and video of you before the round. And you just got to say, this year for him obviously is not going the way he probably hoped. Definitely not how Kawasaki hoped. And I would not be surprised to see this be the catalyst of, like, I'm done for the season, right? This is very, very similar to the crash he had, was it last year with KTM, where he was out for the rest of the year with no idea what was injured. So who knows? I mean, knock on wood. I hope it's not, right? He is a top guy. He's on a factory bike with all the sponsors. On his day, he is definitely a contender for a race win, for a podium overall. He should be one of these guys that's up at the top, racing against the Lawrences and Deegan and whoever else is there at the moment. He definitely should be a contender, but this just keeps getting worse, right? And obviously we had the report last weekend of him ghost riding that bike after the moto. I think it was after Moto 1. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm assuming that means he's very much not happy with this bike, either with the setup of it or just overall in general. Now, whether you believe it or not, there's the rumor that's been going around for a while now that he also wants to get out of his contract with Kawasaki. Now, as far as I know, this is a 3-year contract, just like they gave to Jorge Prado. And the problem, I think, for Sexton's going to be getting out of this. He has nowhere set up to go, right? I mean, Prado came over to the US from KTM and pretty much had that ride, on the back burner. I believe, helped pay some things and lube some gears and, get him out and right onto another team, right back onto, the KTM and the Red Bull sponsorship and, right back into his comfort zone. Sexton, I don't know where that's going to be, right? If he worms his way out or fights his way out or whatever happens this year, if he gets his way out of this contract, where does he go? Honda? Obviously not. The Lawrences have that wrapped up for as long as they probably want to race. KTM? Nope. Well, you burn that bridge. Kawasaki? Obviously gone. So there's 3 of the main OEM teams gone. Rockstar, Husqvarna? Well, they're gone after this year. Yamaha, they're full. You got Justin Cooper, you got Deegan, maybe Webb, you got Davies probably coming up in a year. Like, that team is going to be full. And I highly doubt, I've seen a bunch of other comments, people saying, oh, well, he'll just take a pay cut and go to Yamaha and be fine with it. I doubt it, right? He's a championship level rider on his day. I doubt he's going to be perfectly fine at 26 years old, still in what should be his prime, taking a pay cut to go be, 3rd or 4th wheel for Yamaha. I mean, obviously, that still leaves Triumph. That's a possibility. There's always Beta, Ducati, which, who knows? I think both Ferrandis and Barcia are on 1-year deals with them, so correct me if I'm wrong there too, but that could always be an option. But you got to say, it's kind of him, right? Every single team he's been on, he's done the exact same thing with these bikes. Wash the front, have big crashes, look super fast one weekend and then look like a massive head case the next and be absolutely nowhere. And at a certain point, you got to say, it's not just the bike. It's got to be you. You've got to be in your head that you're having, either confidence issues or, you're trying to over push to try and catch up to the Lawrences or the Degans or whoever you're racing at the time. And he always forces his own mistakes. I mean, he lost a championship to Webb by trying to make a pass that he didn't need to make, right? It's him. And hopefully he is fine. I mean, that's a huge crash. I mean, to have that much force on your head, on your neck. Obviously, we look, like I said, Eli Tomac, he's out for the foreseeable future with, muscle tears, and hopefully it's not that, because as a fan, as the perspective of somebody who just likes the racing, I don't want to see any of these guys hurt. Whether you like them, you're a fan, you're not, you don't like the team, doesn't matter, right? You want to see the best guys racing against each other all the time to push lap speed or push lap times, lap speed, whatever. Be competitive in the championship, have multiple different winners, have the overalls and the podiums be different every single week. So the championship is close. You have, a lot of people who could be either winning every week or a title contender. Because it gets pretty boring if you're halfway through the season and it's going to be between one of two or maybe three people, right? And Sexton should be one of these guys. He should be up front racing for podiums and wins and overalls very easily. But who knows? I mean, this could be the thing, right? Where he just says, I hate this bike. I'm not comfortable on it. I don't like it. I don't like whatever's going on. I'm going to, say I'm injured, not release anything about it, and pull the motocross KTM thing he did last year, where he was out for most of the season. No one knew why. He didn't say anything. There's no PR. And personally, I think that is one thing that the sport definitely needs to get better at. Like, whether you love it or you hate it, there is gambling now in this sport. There is sports betting. And if you're a top rider and you're just not saying any idea or anything about when you're coming back, if you're injured, how bad the injury is, it doesn't make any sense to me, right? In a contact sport, which I guess you could say this is a contact sport, right? But it's not football where you come out and say, oh, well, I've got a broken rib. It hurts when I get hit, right? Yes, somebody could aim towards that rib and hurt you. This is not one of those sports where if you come out and you say, oh, I've got a bad hip or a hurt knee, people aren't going to go aim for that body part. They're not going to try and injure you and hurt you. So I don't understand the secrecy behind, having an injury, not letting anybody know what it is or how severe it is. I don't get it. But hopefully, he is okay. If we get any updates on whether he's racing tomorrow or injured or whatever, I will provide them. But with that being said, comment down below. Tell me what you think. Who wins this weekend? Probably down between the Lawrences and Deegan again. Whatever it is, comment down below. Tell me what you think. While you're down there, make sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the fun things the platform lets you do. 'Cause it does really help me out, and I appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you later. Peace.